Hey there, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin, and today I'm going to be doing a perfume review video of a brand called Dossier perfumes. So Dossier's whole thing is that they basically remake and are inspired by name brand iconic perfumes and remake them with clean ingredients at a perfumery in France and give you high quality perfumes at a good value. All of their scents on their website are inspired by some best-selling fragrances. So they claim that by removing brand names, marketing, advertising, all of that kind of thing, that they're able to provide these high-quality fragrances without the markup. So I was definitely intrigued by this brand. I'd seen them advertised a little bit on Instagram, and they did actually reach out to me and offer to send me a couple scents to test out. So they did send me these scents for free, like in PR. I'm not obligated to make this video and I have full control of it. It's not a sponsored video. I just am excited to test these out and see if they smell like the originals and if these perfumes are good quality. In this video, I'm going to give you guys like an overview of the brand and kind of like a little bit about it, as well as talk about the scents I picked up, how they compare to the original formulations or the inspired by fragrances. And then I also had my boyfriend smell them as well and let me know like what he thought. So I kind of got a second opinion to be able to share with you guys and confirm like whether he thought they smelled the same. Dossier has a ton of different scents on their website. They cover a lot of different designers. There's Tom Ford, Chanel, YSL, Gucci, Jo Malone. They really have like a ton of different options, and they are constantly releasing new versions of people's favorite perfumes. The price range of Dossier perfumes ranges from $29, and then there are a couple that are $39 or $49 for some of their niche fragrances. I did reach out to the person that I was in contact with at the company to ask, why some perfumes were priced higher than others. I was just a bit curious and thought it might be information that you guys were interested in as well. And he just said that some of the $49 perfumes are more qualitative than others. I was a bit confused by that answer. I didn't really know what like qualitative meant. But I think what it means is that they have a higher concentration of the perfume oil. I did peek at their website. Most of their perfumes that are at that higher price point have an 18% perfume oil concentration, whereas the ones at $29 have a 15% concentration, at least of the ones that I looked at. So it's possible that you are actually paying more for like the higher concentration of perfume oil. So that would make sense. The perfume card that comes with your perfume does tell you what the concentration of your perfume oil is. So this one is 15%. That's kind of right in the middle of what an eau de parfum typically contains. The perfumes arrive like this with a full-size perfume and a little sample bottle, as well as a little card that tells you about the notes of the perfume. These are good size little sample bottles. They're like the same size that you would get like if you got a little sample from Sephora or something like that. There's definitely enough in here for you to spray it and wear it for a few days and really get a sense of whether or not you like the scent on you. If you are not sure if you like the scent yet, don't open the main bottle and you can just use the little sample. And then if you decide that you don't like it, you can request a free return label and send back the perfume for a full refund. The only thing that they don't refund is if you paid shipping to you. That doesn't get refunded, but they will give you a free return shipping label. So if you pay for shipping, they just refund the cost of the perfume. We do have some deals where if you buy like multiple perfumes, you get a discount and you can get free shipping. So depending on if you wanted to try a couple scents or if you wanted to like bundle and place an order with a friend or a family member, there is a way to try it without shipping. But anyway, that I think is like a cool feature to be able to shop online for perfume with the option to return something for free if it doesn't actually end up smelling like how you expected. Now that we've talked a little bit about their risk-free return system, I'm going to tell you guys about the scents that I picked out. The first scent that I grabbed is Dossier's Floral Lavender, and this one is inspired by YSL Libre. I got this little vial of YSL Libre from Sephora. I think this was like a 100-point perk I added onto my cart or something just because I wanted to try the scent out because I typically like YSL scents. I thought this was really pretty. It's very like elegant. Like I feel like this is like, you could wear this to brunch, to work, to a date night. It's like very just like lady about town, but it's not too heavy. Like it's not like a nighttime only scent. It feels just like sophisticated and pretty. So I really liked it, but I also wasn't sure that I was going to spend the money right now to purchase it. I have some other perfumes that I like. Wasn't necessarily in the market to purchase a new luxury fragrance, but I did really like the scent. It's not like the most unique, amazing scent I've ever smelled, but I was interested in it and I really liked it. So when Dossier reached out, I was like, I definitely want to try the Dossier version of the YSL Libre scent because I feel like I know I like this scent. I have this little bottle that I can compare it to, and I don't already own it, so it's something I've been wanting. So the Dossier version is called Floral Lavender. All of the Dossier scents are named basically just like descriptive names of the scent. The bottle itself is a round bottle. It's a pretty just glass bottle with the silver cap that is magnetic, which is kind of a cool touch. The label itself has the name and then the notes right on the label. I saw this mentioned in a couple reviews, but the labels do have a little bit of like air bubbles under the label. I'm gonna smooth them out right now, but you can kind of see where the air bubbles were on that. So if that is going to bother you, just a heads up. Both the scents I selected were $29. So with your perfume, you do get the little card that has the notes. The top notes for Floral Lavender are mandarin, neroli, and blackcurrant. The middle notes are jasmine, lavender, and orange blossom. And the base notes are vanilla, amber, and musk. So I'm going to read you the notes of YSL Libre. And this is described as top notes lavender, mandarin orange, blackcurrant, and petitgrain. Middle notes lavender, orange blossom, and jasmine. Base notes Madagascar vanilla, ambergris, musk, and cedar. I apologize if I mispronounced a couple of those ingredients. So there's significant overlap between the notes that are in the YSL Libre and the notes that are in the Dossier Floral Lavender. They're almost exactly the same, just like one or two things that are different or in a different order. So really close in terms of the note description. The second fragrance that I decided to order was Dossier's Floriantel Almond, which is right here. And this is inspired by Carolina Herrera's Good Girl perfume. Now this actually is not a perfume that I had owned previously, but it's one that I'd heard so much about that I really wanted to try it. And I thought that this would be like a good opportunity to kind of like sample the scent. But then because I was making this video, I felt like I should really get the original scent to compare for you guys. So I actually went onto Sephora and ordered a rollerball of the designer fragrance. So I got this rollerball of Good Girl, and just even ordering this, I realized like this rollerball is $29 and this entire Dossier perfume is $29. So in ordering the rollerball, it really kind of like drove home the point to me, like that these are a pretty good value for how much perfume you're getting. And if maybe you had a scent that you liked or were gifted at one point, but you don't really want to spend the money to repurchase, Dossier could be a really good option if it's just like better for your budget. So the notes for Floriantel Almond are, the top notes are almond and peach, middle notes orris, orange blossom, tuberose, base notes tonka bean, vanilla, and cocoa. So for the Good Girl perfume, the top notes are almond, coffee, bergamot, lemon. Middle notes tuberose, jasmine sambec, orris, orange blossom, and Bulgarian rose. Base notes are tonka bean, cacao, vanilla, praline, sandalwood, musk, amber, cashmere wood, patchouli, cinnamon, and cedar. As you can see with this one, there was a lot of overlap between the notes. There were a lot of shared notes, but there were a lot of notes mentioned in the Good Girl notes description. There's just a lot more notes. Okay, I want to start by talking about the Floral Lavender, which is the YSL Libre scent. So as I mentioned, this scent is $29. Both of the perfumes that I picked out are $29. When I unboxed the Floral Lavender perfume, as soon as I opened this box, I got like a wave of like feeling like, oh, that's YSL Libre. Like I recognized the scent even just upon opening the box. And I really do think that this is a really close match to the YSL Libre perfume. I have tried wearing one like comparing them. I think these two wear really similarly. They smell similar on my skin. And I really think that these are like at least fraternal, if not identical twins. Turning to the Floriantel Almond, which is inspired by Carolina Herrera Good Girl, I do notice more of a difference between the Dossier version and the original with this particular scent. I would say that the Good Girl perfume has something extra that I'm not getting from the Floriantel Almond, but I'm not sure it's an extra thing that I love. The note that I feel like I'm missing is like a really sweet, almost like cherry or fruity note. It's pretty strong on the nose. Like when I smell this, I'm getting that like very like sweet note versus this one I'm getting like predominantly floral with like a little bit of warmth to it. Extra thing that's in here is kind of like what makes it feel so like aggressive and nighttime, whereas this is so much more subtle and just like nice warm floral. And I feel like when these when I'm wearing them on my skin, the more that this one wears down, the more similar it starts to smell to the Floriantel Almond. It's just really like in the beginning I can notice something different, and it lingers for a while, but like a couple hours in, they're much more similar. And then the other thing I'll say about these two is that neither of them really lasted that long on me, which I found to be surprising because this one does have a reputation as being like a night going out type perfume, like a very sexy scent, which I tend to associate with longer wearing perfumes. And for whatever reason, after several hours, I go nose blind to this. And in fact, when my boyfriend came over, I like was wearing this one and I was like, hey, like I'm wearing a new perfume, can you smell it? And he like actually didn't notice that I was wearing something new. It just is a very subtle scent. But then after I pointed it out, he thought it smelled nice. So I will say that these are more like half sisters rather than like direct dupes. They have a lot in common. They probably share a parent somewhere, but they're not twins. Now, I did ask my boyfriend to smell each one separately, and he actually, I think, preferred the Floriantel Almond. He thought this one smelled really fruity, like he compared it to like fruit juice, which really surprised me because I do think that Good Girl has such a reputation in different reviews I've seen of it, where it's like a very sexy scent that a lot of guys like, or is a very highly complimented scent. Quick disclaimer, although I am including a few comments about my boyfriend's opinion, I think you should choose whatever scent that you feel most comfortable and confident wearing. You know, it can be fun to get compliments on a perfume or have a special perfume that you know your partner likes, but ultimately it's you who's wearing the perfume and you should choose one that you like. I also asked my boyfriend to kind of compare the YSL Libre and the Floral Lavender. He agreed with me that they are very, very similar. For some reason though, he still preferred the YSL Libre. He just kind of thought it smelled like a little bit nicer. But I asked him if he thought he would be able to tell a difference if I was wearing one versus the other. Like if he would notice if I was wearing this one versus this one, if he wasn't smelling them like side by side. And he said no, he didn't think he would be able to tell a difference. So I agree, like I think these are really, really similar. I'm pretty confident to say that this particular set here is a dupe, and that if you were interested in this perfume, I think you would be really happy with this Dossier version of it. They share so many of the same notes. This one smells similar enough that even opening the box, I was like, that smells like YSL Libre. It's got that identifiable kind of scent to it. You can, if you smell them side by side, like pick up on like some subtle differences. I think if you're like me and you were interested in picking up the YSL Libre, but you weren't really interested in spending the money right now, you would really like the Dossier Floral Lavender. People might not even be able to tell the difference in what you're wearing. As I mentioned, I don't think the Good Girl and Floriantel Almond are as close. I think they do have a very similar vibe and they kind of dry down to be more similar, but there are some noticeable differences with these two. So I wouldn't say that these are an exact dupe. I would say this is more of the inspired by like same family as versus an exact dupe. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys found it interesting and useful. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button if you did. It really helps out my channel. Please feel free to leave me a comment if you have any questions about these perfumes that I tried or the brand. I will do my best to answer, and I love to hear from you guys. So leave me a comment, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.